especially when it influences the kids. This is especially true if you see yourself as a religious or spiritual person, as then you would know that we're all one and we all need to look out for each other. 99% of streamers are using that power in the worst way because it results in the most money made. This is exactly what we see when it comes to Kai Cenat, the streamer with the most power and influence in the world. At this point, it's more than clear that kids love Kai Cenat. He's like the rock star of streamers. He runs around with his entourage and has millions of streaming fans everywhere he goes. This proves that these kids idolize Kai. They look up to him and want to be just like him. This is something that whether he cares or not is true. This is also something that Kai, whether he wants to or not, is morally responsible for, especially if he truly considers himself a Christian and a God-fearing man. A lot of the things that Kai is pushing onto his young fans are highly morally questionable. Now, I'm not judging Kai Cenat at all, as I, like everyone else, am not perfect. But I do try my hardest not to promote the wrongs I do onto others or to use my platform to normalize immoral things. I understand that I have a platform, obviously relatively small compared to Kai Cenat's platform, but I do know that I might have influence over some people. So I have acknowledged that, and I know that I have a responsibility.
Well, we've got some terrific basketball in store for you tonight. I'm Brian Anderson, courtside, along with Grant Hill and Tim Legler. Riley LaForce will be joining us in just a moment. Tip-off goes to the Lakers. Down low. Count the bucket, coming off of a perfectly placed pass. And not too often we see a matchup like this one. Both of these teams are elite when it comes to cleaning the glass.
Yeah, and that's why I expect this to get physical. Between the endurance of these teams' rebounders to the test.
And here's New York now. Outside Anunoby. To the middle. Here's Towns. Lays it up and banks it in. Towns has got his second basket of the game.
Positioning and forward on point. And Towns so smooth down there inside. He was grabbing the rim to extend the hang time.
Hey, maybe making sure the landing was kinder than the takeoff. And the call will be against Austin Reeves. That's his first foul of the game. Three-pointer Bridges. Towns. And the tip-in on the offensive board. Towns has got 6.
I mean, I'll tell you, Towns is so dangerous on the offensive glass.
And here's New York now. Well, Grant, the Lakers captured the 3 seed last season, but only the 8th best point differential in the West. What does that tell you?
It tells me that they overachieved in the regular season. The team this star-studded has postseason aspirations as well. That's where they'll look to improve.
Well, for what he lacks, he can more than makes up for it with his bounce.
And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Knicks. 1-point game. Pass to Towns. New York working the ball around now. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. Well, Grant, the 2025 season was sort of a return to form for Karl Anthony Towns.
Yeah, he just seemed comfortable out there, right? Getting back to what his numbers used to look like. Just playing with reckless abandon.
Right. And I couldn't do anything at the time because it was like, I had to realize, like, I owe money, and I'm telling you exactly what happened. 2023, right before my summertime, I told the kid, hey, you got these millions. 50 days on Twitch, 50 days, and then we'll be on that show again. I said, I told my team, I said, I can't do it. So one boy, you know, I stood out up, and I got on my team, and I prayed, and I prayed, and I said, God, turn down, give me my money, bring me home for a lifetime. I just hope, keep me on the road.
6-point lead.
Stay focused, and be able to keep my dreams at natural pace, at my own pace. And answer it, right?
Which I will say is a very honorable thing to do. It is a streaming site that is basically just a giant app for the online casino space. They use streamers and influencers to promote gambling to their team. Paying for billions of dollars to push not only gambling, but the online casino website fake to their followers. This is truly disturbing when you realize that most of the people who watch these streams are kids who are being influenced to gamble while they're still young and impressionable, almost guaranteeing them that they themselves will go on to gamble when they're 21. We all know the dangers of gambling and how it destroys people's lives. I have seen people's lives destroyed by gambling in the past, so I will say that Kai did do the right thing when it comes to turning down 60 million from kids. Kai recently talked about this situation with no other than Kirk Franklin during one of his streams, telling Kirk that he turned down 60 million due to moral reasons.
I learned that not all money is good money. Like, my first ball got an I was offered like 60 million. You were lying to me. 60 million to do something to do like, said I did not lie to me, like gambling and stuff like that, and I wouldn't, and then I didn't want to take it, I knew it would mess me up. I knew like you make me lose focus on what I got going on right now. So it's like, I said no. So the first thing I did, I went fucked out of it. I went fucked out of it and asked God, I said, I don't want, when I said no, I said, I'm going to say no right now, but I don't want to take the short term. I want to take the long term. And I promise you, I got on my knees, I prayed after that, and I just kept working.
Now this conversation stands out to me, and this is the reason why I wanted to make this video. The way that Kai brought this up in the conversation sounded rather odd to me. It's like he was trying to make this point to play as an example that he hasn't sold out. But to me, it comes off as he was trying to compensate for the times that he has sold out. The fact that he brought this up lets me know he feels at times that he has sold out. So he used the situation where he turned down 60 million as something for his also the team he has sold out. The only thing is, everything else he pushes to his platform contradicts everything he's saying. What Kai is doing is very similar to what people do. They brag about giving money away to charities and people. They use it as an example to redeem themselves for all the other bad things they're doing. Now, while we're on the topic of Kai Cenat's deal, there's a rumor that keeps circulating online that claims Kai left his night deal because they didn't like him talking about God. If you saw my last video on Kai, then you would know this isn't true. Kai himself has debunked it and confirmed he is still signed with Nike. So this isn't true.
I lost my Nike. You know how much people still think I lost my Nike deal? I'm still signed to Nike. Dang. Whoa, oh my God. Nike called me saying, you lost your Nike deal? Dang, nigga bit it out the ass. Why do people ask me if I got dropped to buy Nike? It is so obvious to point out fake from real. My mom called me, we ain't no more done. Ma, relax. Ma, you still Nike up, Ma. We're just doing it. Everything I be seeing is cat, bro.
Even if he had left Nike, this wouldn't change anything, as he signed deals with McDonald's and T-Mobile. McDonald's is one of the worst food options for children. It is a known fact that fast food restaurants like McDonald's play a large role in the obesity problem America is facing. Isn't it morally wrong to promote poisonous foods for money? I will say it's just as bad as gambling. It has been proven that fast food is addictive just like gambling. While Kai does talk about God and did turn down a deal with state, he also promotes a bunch of degeneracy through the streams. Kai has done some seriously questionable things on the stream, like his recent collaboration with Ray J. What Kai did with Ray J is morally inappropriate, as he literally took a shower with him live on stream, orchestrating a skit where Ray J appears to force himself on Kai to shower like a jersey. There are many instances of Kai playing around with the sexuality of youth, which is directly being consumed by young impression of the fans. If Kai is a Christian, then he knows this isn't what God is wanting to promote to the youth. Kai also promotes people like Ray and Wakad, who both often play around with their sexuality to the youth. This is something that has plagued the streaming community. They also support people. The idea of being gay is doing such things on camera. I believe this is a result of big corporations getting involved in streaming, as they are likely incentivizing these streamers to act this way for money and opportunities. Like I mentioned before, Kai is signed and represented by BTA, which is United Talent Agency. BTA is one of the companies that is a part of the Corporate Social Responsibility Initiative. The Corporate Social Responsibility Initiative works with a rating system where these companies add more LGBTQ representation. They get a good grade on that grading system, which then used to get more investors to invest in their company. This is why these streamers that are represented by BTA, like Kai incorporate this kind of content, as they are used to normalize and desensitize the youth to this. What Kai says and what he does are two different things. While he claims to be a follower of Jesus, his actions often contradict them. can't play both sides. Your actions will determine which side you're on. Talking about God on your platform, and then turning around and Charlie was raging on that same platform was extremely controversial. It needs to turn down a deal because it's morally wrong. Only to take another morally wrong deal is also extremely contradictory. In my opinion, what Kai pushes through his platform is not much different from what the rappers push through hip-hop. He's pushing a destructive agenda that is leading so many kids down the wrong path. Now, Kai might think that because he turned down the kick people and because he occasionally mentions God, that it overrides all the negative things he promotes to his platform. But in reality, it doesn't. Can't pretend to be the solution while at the same time being a part of the problem. For example, recently in the stream with Kevin Hart, during the stream, Kai calls out Kevin for having a weak keyboard on the same board as his opponent.
Why are you always this for here? Priority for the Lakers in the offseason.
No, it's a variation. No, it's a variation. Well, that variation is to go and start a conversation. And I'm just in here. And I'm going to say that I ain't gonna lie though.
While Kai called out Kevin, it doesn't shoot the fact that he has been very hostile with Kevin next time. Kevin mocked Christianity on Kai's street before, and he still does constantly.
Los Angeles shooting their first free throws of the game. He misses the free throw. And one key for quality teams in this league, beating the opponents you're supposed to beat. What goes into that, Grant?
Well, they call them trap games. An opponent that on paper is an appeal level, especially when they're missing key guys. The thing is, can you find that shooter?
Pass to Vanderbilt. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call.
Pay some serious attention to the table.
Knicks leading by 3.
Also, we got some people here that are struggling with weight that shouldn't be here.
New York, no good that time either. Los Angeles with it. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. Outside Vanderbilt.
Well, it's my prayer.
Pass to Reeves.
I also think that,
Now here's
Kevin is also known for running around the city. We all showed that he was involved in. There was a reason Kai became the biggest streamer. Those behind the algorithm chosen need the platform only. He was to ever be a propaganda machine because he's owned by the massive corporation. His massive success is definitely artificially inflated as they want Kai to appear like the biggest streamer, so they can influence the most people. It's obvious that while Kai pretends to play both sides, the side he's really on is not the one of God. He has chosen to sell out and has become just another mouthpiece of the corporations around this world. That's it for this video. But before you guys go, I just wanted to remind my Patreon members that I have recently released a new Patreon exclusive on Charlie Kirk. If you're one of my members, make sure to check it out after this one. If you're not a member, what are you waiting for? Join the Truth movement and help spread the truth. If you don't support people to supporting the channel, then you also get access to over 50 exclusive Patreon videos that are not available here on YouTube. If you would like to join, you can type the link in the description or in the comment section. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
And so Mike Brown decides to call a timeout. We might see him looking to make some changes.
When we arrive, be our guest is the vibe.
Unable to get the ball in bounds, and they got called for a 5-second violation.
Okay. I have to beat him.
Of course you're going to beat him.
So it's
It's
Los
a big
Angeles.
round. You're going to win the crown jewel title. You're going to get this enormous.
Making himself at home.
Oh, Luka is so skilled at using his body to create good looks inside.
New York working the ball around now. Pass to Anunoby. And Luka Doncic is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. There's a minute 40 left in the first half of basketball. Back to Bridges. Shot clock at 6. And Anunoby
You're
gets
going to
the
beat
3.
him. It's a big round. You're
Anunoby's
going to win the
got
crown
his first
jewel
bucket of the
title.
game.
You're going
He's
to
on
get
the
this
board for
enormous.
3. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
No fault.
Hey, Brian. Josh Hart is great at moving off ball, and he said, in today's league, cutting and making a layup is considered boring. Everyone wants icing. Some of the fundamentals and beauty of the game are lost. For me, it's a feel. If you see the back of your defender's head, try to make a cut. Back to you, guys.
Jalen Brunson grabs a miss. New York leading by 3.
I have to be.
Of course you're going to beat him. Because that freaking Rollins is going to win the crown jewel title. You're going to get this enormous...
Anunoby on the wing.
No fault.
Anunoby on the wing. Pass to Brunson. And again, New York with the triple.
You know, some threes look better than others, and Brunson's lefty stroke from 3 is a beautiful thing.
And Doncic hammers it home.
His hang time.
It's a close game, and those displays of explosiveness can jumpstart a team.
Hey, if you can't block it, sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
New York shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
Jalen Brunson taking 2 shots.
And he can't get the first one. And he sinks the second. 17 seconds left in the half.
The smart play. Wait and take the final shot.
You're going to have to be very patient right here. Let's see how it plays out.
Robinson with the block. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Robinson.
Moments become memories, and the future becomes now.
Here's
Planning
Reeves.
ahead allows us to enjoy these moments without worry. With I Trust Capital, you can invest in your future today so you can live life to its fullest tomorrow. Whether it's building a secure retirement or creating opportunities for the next generation, I Trust Capital helps you make the most of your time. Time is precious. Start your journey at itrustcapital.com.
So far.
Hey team, can everyone see me okay? Yes, sir. I can see you. Good, yeah, 'cause I can't see.
And so it's
I told my
Brunson
contact
who brings
lady,
up the
I
ball
just want
for
to
the
be
Knicks.
and then we'll be back. You're not on me.
Bridges right side.
They just wanted to contact us. It's super easy. And they're teleported one nation and helps out in situations like this. You know what? I'm so glad I had to go on a spreadsheet. Just like that, the next day, my contact lady from me at the front door helping me get ready for the follow-up.
Capitalizes with the look at right there.
Be sure to order your next pair of contact lenses from Bridges Your Contact.
The 3 ball.
What is going on?
Downtown.
Well, the Lakers season is
And the
all.
Knicks lead by 6.
What is going on, guys? It is WrestleMania here. Back with some more. Shall we join this now? Due to the wildest news stories to know, including it's now happening as the decline in WWE is starting again. Who could replace Triple H? Is Randy Orton retiring? The WWE start charging fans a fortune? Matt Riddle accuses Brock Lesnar, and much more. Be sure to subscribe to that notification bell for daily wrestling videos and follow us on Facebook for exclusive tips. Also check out any videos for WrestleMania XL. Now let's do the intro and get straight into our first story.
Become an elite league, you also have to be able to create, add that escapability with your
Our first story looks at our WWE in trouble. Our top story today takes over the status of the WWE SmackDown, particularly how attendance figures show that the brand and WWE may not be as hot as fans are led to believe. According to WrestleTix on it, WWE had just over 7,000 fans in attendance for Friday's show. This isn't bad by any means, and in 2018 and 2019, 7,000 people attending SmackDown would probably be considered a major W at the time. However, it was also revealed that WWE held a show in the same arena back in February of this year, and in that particular show, which was a Raw show, it attracted 12,000 plus fans. This means that between February and October of this year, there's been a major drop-off. Many should be closing around bells for WWE. It's such a substantial drop-off in such a short space in time is virtually unheard of. Granted, preparations around WrestleMania season, and granted, WWE yet again decided to increase ticket prices for the weekly shows, but this is a sign that WWE's popularity is starting to fall again. And the obvious factor here is SmackDown itself. The SmackDown product isn't remotely hot as a show, and it's a show that is heavily panned on a weekly basis by fans online. WWE charging crazy amounts of money for tickets to a show that people that great is never going to work, and as SmackDown continues down the same path, these attendance figures are only going to get worse as the months go on. This is definitely an issue that is exclusive to the SmackDown brand, and for Raw for the most part has no issues in selling tickets. Raw also has the benefit of having compelling stories across the board. It's obvious that Raw is the #1 show for WWE. SmackDown is just walking to the side and it doesn't matter. But there have been calls from fans to WWE introduce a draft. And even if this occurs, the same creative team is still going to be leading the charge on the Blue brand. So unfortunately, not much is going to change in terms of overall quality. Right now, WWE seems to heavily revolve around viral moments being created on social media, rather than consistency on WWE shows. I believe that WWE has some sort of creative burnout and don't want to seem to fuel exciting storylines anymore. But who can replace Triple H? A Fightful Select had a rather interesting Q&A this weekend, and during the Q&A, Sean Ross Sapp addressed who could potentially replace Triple H in WWE as head of creative. That's what he had to say. There are two big front-runner options. There's always a chance someone like Brian Jones can be brought in and into the spot, considering his history, his track record, and proximity to The Rock. I also think that CM Punk could end up being one of the more influential names in wrestling in the coming decades. I would honestly be surprised if he didn't end up taking over NXT, whenever it is that Shawn Michaels wraps things up. There are also people like Drake Maverick, Rockstar Spud who can gain influence, along with people like Bobby Roode. There will always need to be a final decision maker. This is a topic that often causes debate on social media. Brian Jones is a name that often comes up. CM Punk is also a solid shout, especially with his new influence in NXT. And with that being said, there appears to be no signs of yet that Triple H is going to be replaced or is ready to depart WWE. Whilst the reception in the WWE product this year has been heavily mixed, WWE TKO is still delivering record numbers in terms of gates and annual grosses, so it's nonsensical for WWE and TKO to
like the movement. Activated into your body. Yep, that's it. Gets filtered, reloaded. And when it's overloaded, you feel it. That's where dose comes in. Dose is clinical diet and little function. Dose proud to say keeps your body in balance. A monthly subscription delivered right to your door. Sleep takes care of your routine. Learn more at dosedaily.com.
replacing the game at this moment. Next up is Randy Orton retiring. The WWE Champion Cody Rhodes recently made comments related to Randy Orton on the Pat McAfee show. This led to speculation that Orton could be looking to retire relatively soon. Rhodes would claim that he doesn't know how long Orton has left in the ring, and now wants to clarify what he meant by those comments. Speaking of local 12, Rhodes compared the situation to that of John Cena. And let's say we don't know how much longer we have, but a lot of it stems from the fact that John Cena's been so clear that this is the final year. A lot of wrestlers, when they say, hey, I'm out, they're meaning it more than ever. It's only because it's a young man's game. Not that that really affects either of those two guys, but at a certain point, you can step out and say, hey, this thing isn't the best place it's ever been. Wrestling is everywhere across so many different platforms. I can walk away satisfied. While Orton's history with injuries is well documented, he's doing rather well. WWE reducing the live event schedule will definitely add significant time on Orton's WWE career. There have been some fan theories that WWE is using this balance to first issues between the two top names. WWE actively teaming up between the two friends. We won't take issue with the fact that Roman was in this, writing or not, would definitely be a unique way to take things. It was reported last month that the original finish to Rhodes versus McIntyre at WrestlePalooza was supposed to see Orton accidentally cost Rhodes the title. There's now speculation that WWE are going to revisit the same style of finish for Rhodes versus Seth Rollins at Crown Jewel next weekend. And Rollins took out Orton with a curb stomp on SmackDown, so Orton will no doubt be seeking revenge. Next up, this WWE star is charging fans a fortune. WWE star Tama Tonga has listed a $10,000 price for his videos on Cameo, making him the most expensive user on the platform. However, there seems to be a little bit of misinformation here. Tama Tonga is not charging personal videos at $10,000. Personal videos only cost $100. but anything related to their business is worth $10,000. Currently, the Deadline star is on the injured list and has yet to return. Next up is Cody Rhodes leaving for Hollywood. Now, Cody Rhodes was said to have impressed with his role in the new Street Fighter movie. Now Rhodes has addressed his future in Hollywood. Speaking to W12, Rhodes stated that he would love to take more opportunities in the Hollywood realm. If those opportunities come up, I love those opportunities. The idea that we can go off and do this and tell stories in different worlds, meet these new people and challenge ourselves as storytellers or artists or however you want to look at a pro wrestler, it was very helpful for me to do it. I came back better at wrestling, believe it or not, from being able to go and do that. I wrote down that he would love to find his own lane, just like he Rock and Batista. So I'd like to find my own lane. I've watched what The Rock has done, smashing machine. No pun intended, it's a smash. It's unbelievable his work. Batista, completely different lane. Unbelievable work. John Cena and the Peacemaker stuff, it's gangbusters. That's the way we're going. I want to find a different lane, but I'm very grateful for the path that they've set and how they're doing it. And the acclaimed work of the likes of Batista and John Cena without a doubt open the door for names like Rhodes. It could be argued that these opportunities were present for current WWE stars. It makes WWE names to have such a positive reputation in Hollywood. We're definitely seeing more and more names from WWE wanting to venture into Hollywood. This is likely to be a growing trend in the coming years. Rhodes also mentioned in a different interview that he'd like to do his own stunts in the movie. Speaking on the Pat McAfee show, he mentioned Kyle does a few things in the video games. You know, Kyle's going to do a Sonic Boom. You know he's going to do the Flash game. I was adamant that anything that's a stunt, I wanted to do. That means being on the wires, and I wanted to do it. This is definitely pretty cool that Cody Rhodes wants to do his own stunts in the film. Definitely means he's enjoying his Hollywood roles. Next up, Matt Riddle chooses Brock Lesnar. Matt Riddle's recent interview with TMZ is causing a ton of controversy. He's even accused Brock Lesnar of going into business for himself. Riddle shared a story from 2022 Elimination Chamber match, and according to Riddle, Lesnar forgot his planned spot because the match short by 50 minutes. I worked with Brock a couple of times. Elimination Chamber in Saudi, he literally forgot what number he was supposed to come out and punched the plexiglass door, which isn't like super strong. Like I could kick for it, but you're not supposed to. And then he just bomb rushed. He done the match by 15 minutes. It's like, oh, sell that fight. Paul Heyman pretended like it didn't happen, or he was like, oh, that was my mistake. And it's like, no, it wasn't. It's every him, dude. Well, he just went into business for himself. Now, it's in fact reported at the time that Lesnar's pod malfunctioned, so it's likely more the case that Lesnar was supposed to end the match early, rather than he went into business for himself. Finally, an epic title run incoming. Now, final story today takes a look at new comments from Kevin Nash, who is suggesting that Batista struggling Raw Tag Division. It's no secret that the Raw Tag Division is on life support, is a reigning champions judged with a daily defend the titles, and see them becoming an active running joke on television that they never defend the gold. Now in this podcast, the WWE Hall of Fame stated that WWE should give the belts to the Usos, and TNJ should embark on a 1.5-year run with the titles.
Or do they go and give the tag belts to brothers and have like a 1.5-year run with the belts to block through that aspect of the card? Because you've raised both the Usos as single stars now, then you put them back together.
Nash would also add that WWE could easily revisit the two respective singles runs.
They're saying you can't walk down the ring with two belts. Sean and I had the tags, he had the IC, and I had the world all at the same time.
But this honestly is not the worst idea in the world. The Raw Tag Division really needs something, and that something could be an established tag team that fans love. Naturally, putting the titles on Jay and Jimmy will force WWE to book the tag titles as meaningful, as Jay in particular is a main character on television, so the tag titles will massively benefit from the rub. There was speculation on the road to Crown Jewel that the Bronx were going to get the tag titles, but that doesn't seem to be on the horizon as of yet. WWE are more interested in continuing the Bronze feud with Roman Reigns, but hopefully they revisit the idea of the Vision having all the gold in WWE down the road. The presentation of booking the Raw Tag titles has definitely been a casualty of the short PLE match cards. The tag titles from both brands are rarely defended on PLE. However, with 2.5 hours of Raw each week, there's no reason why the tag titles can't at least have one monthly defense on television. Well, there you have it, folks. For all of this new stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below. We'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.
With Elvin Hayes, they won that one championship in Washington, but Larry Bird coming into the league in 1980 really changed everything for me. That's when I truly fell in love with the sport, emulating a guy like that.
Greatest player from the DMV.
Oh, I guess I'd have to say Kevin Durant, certainly.
And Tim Legler, of course.
Even better answer.
And we've got a timeout called by J.J. Redick. He's decided it's time to clarify the situation, leaving little room for error. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what J.J. Redick was saying to the team. He showed a lot of trust in his players. He said to them, quote, "You already know what to do, guys. Don't lose focus on the big picture now. Go out and get this win for us." Guys, back to you.
Great work, Allie. Thanks. Bridges with it. Now Doncic defending. Now Brunson.
2 minutes remaining in this ball.
There's a minute 59 left to play in the fourth quarter. Just 5 on the clock. Hart. Rebounded by Ayton. Lakers trail by 14. Now Hachimura. Now Ayton. Oh, the lead pass. Great dish.
And look at Ayton finding that rhythm, getting his shot off fast.
And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the New York Knicks. So far in the fourth, they've allowed just 6 points. And Luka
you a boost because you had to time two different things. You don't have to time two different things when you hold down X or square. But now people are mad that you don't have to do that. I don't know. The whole thing is interesting, but let's roll this clip real quick of a guy hitting a crazy shot. You might have seen it already on 2K26. Yeah, he hit a game winner. Did not time either of the inputs. 100% contested shot. That is insane, and we should never, ever see that on the game. Now, usually, when you see these clips where someone misses a green, it's like you can look closely at the clip, and a guy jumps close to the rim trying to get a rebound and kind of like knocks it out or knocks it in, whatever it is. It's not in that clip. That's what you've seen a lot this year with people, the few clips of people missing greens and stuff. But no, that shot just